Twisty Storytime Adventure. Mr. Twisty Storytime Adventure. Mr. Twisty Storytime Adventure. Here comes Mr. Twisty.
Hi there, my friends. I'm Mr. Twisty, coming your way with stories and laughter for you every day. From my tree house on the ground where the fun never ends, with magic, balloons, and stories, let's be best friends with jokes that'll delight, sometimes, and magic tricks too. Each day brings new wonders and joy just for you. Adventures await with each turn of the page. Come join the excitement no matter your age. We'll twist up some fun with balloons of all shapes and dive into stories through forests and lakes. Creativity's key in all that we do, so let's get started. There's so much to do. Hi friends, welcome back to another Mr. Twisty Storytime Adventure. I love hanging out with you every week, and I am so happy to see you again. Are you ready for another fun adventure together? Oh no, here it comes. I can feel some seriously bad jokes brewing. What do you call a wizard who lies on the floor? Math! Why do wizards brush their teeth 3 times a day? To prevent bat breath. What does a wizard do first thing in the morning? He wakes up. I have to stop. I have a show to do. With Halloween just around the corner, I have finally decided what to be for Halloween. I thought about dressing up as a mushroom because I'm a fun guy. But that seemed a little dark. I thought about dressing up like a lawyer wearing a lawsuit, but I didn't think that would pass the bar. I thought about dressing up as a shark, and that would be fun, but after Baby Shark, the novelty of it's wearing a little fin. Then I decided on a wizard. I have always thought it would be fun to dress as a wizard and create magic potions. Do you know what you get when you cross a helpful wizard and a desperate king? This week's story, Porter's Potion by Willette. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a wizard named Porter. Porter was known throughout the lands for his incredible potions that could do almost anything. One day, Porter got a very important request from a desperate king who needed a potion to save his kingdom from a terrible curse. Porter knew that he had the knowledge and the skill to create this ancient, super rare, and ultra powerful potion. He also knew he would need a particularly special ingredient to uncover the recipe before he could gather what was needed to concoct the potion that would lift the curse. Porter first went to the top of the highest mountain in the land to find a rare flower that only bloomed once a year. This flower had magical properties that could help illuminate the invisible ink that the recipe was written in. After a long and treacherous climb, Porter found the flower and carefully plucked it from its stem and rubbed it in his new book. Now he had his ingredient list. He needed a thread from the robe of a sorcerer. He needed the song of a siren. He needed a drop of dragon's blood. He needed directions from a minotaur. He needed a scale from a mermaid's tail. He needed the howl of a werewolf. He needed the wail of a banshee. He needed a hair from the mane of a manticore. He needed an arrow shot from the bow of a centaur. He needed a talon from a griffin. He needed a pinch of pixie dust. He needed a yell from a yeti. He needed 3 drops of drool from a 3-headed dog. He needed a strip of cloth from a wraith's cloak. He needed the sneeze of a sphinx. He needed the ashes of the phoenix. He needed the hat of a gnome. He needed a wish from the genie whose lamp had been cast in the depths of a volcano. He needed a feather from an alicor's wing. He needed a splinter from an angry ogre's bat. And lastly, Porter needed to find a mushroom that grew in the shadows of a dark, damp cave
With all the ingredients in his hat in his hand, Porter returned to begin working on the potion. It was a long and difficult process, but with each ingredient added, the potion grew more potent. Finally, the potion was complete. Porter presented it to the king, who was overjoyed to finally have the cure for the curse. The potion worked exactly as Porter had hoped, and the kingdom was saved. From that day on, Porter was known throughout the kingdom not only for his incredible potion making, but also for his bravery in finding the ingredients to make his most important potion yet. Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventure is brought to you by Birthday Buddy, the magical birthday countdown companion, like Elf on a Shelf, but making birthdays magical. For more information, visit MrTwisty.com.
I hope you liked today's story, Porter's Potion. I loved it. If you're interested, with Mom and Dad's permission, you can find the book in the link below. I really like that story. I just love adventures. Not only is Porter a cool wizard, but he got to meet a mermaid and an alicorn. That sounds like a great adventure. What do alicorns call their dad? Popcorn! Why did the unicorns want to join the school band? So they could wear a uniform. I think it would be fun to make potions and save people from terrible curses. I like to help people, do you? If you could make a magical potion to fix something wrong, what would you fix? If you could make a potion to give you a magical power, what would that magical power be? I remember my childhood fondly. I always wondered what it would be like to be small again. I thought I'd try some magic to see. Abracadabra, abracadolly, make me smally. Whoa! Oops! Abracadabra, abraca-undo, yikes, just undo. Whew, that was weird. Have you decided what you want to be for Halloween? Uh-oh, wait for it. Yup, I feel some serious silly coming on. What monster plays tricks on Halloween? Frankenstein! How do you make a skeleton laugh? Tickle their funny bone. Why is a ghost a messy eater? 'Cause he's always gobbling. What do ghosts use when doing their makeup? Vanishing cream. Oh, those were bad. But today's story was awesome, wasn't it? I enjoyed sharing Porter's Potion with you. There are so many different types of books to read, and I love them all. But no matter what, I love a reading buddy. I like to read with my birthday buddy, Max, and he's a good listener. Today, I thought I'd make you an alicorn balloon. All right, friends, I have to go now, but let's meet up again next week right here in my treehouse. You want to go on? Okay, next week I promise a whole lot more of everything that made today's show special. I hope you'll join us for another Mr. Twisty Storytime Adventure. See you next week. Happy Halloween!
Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventure. Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventure. Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventure. So much fun with Mr. Twisty.